It definitely shouldn't be like 4K. Like a lot of people with shit internet won't be able to watch.
Oh my god, Gustav fucking flew into that lane. Gustav flew into that fucking rocket. Beautiful tracking. No gesture time. Okay. I can watch it.
Is it good?
Yeah. Oh shit, I have to mute it. Wait, no, I just... Why are your duty actions so massive?
My what?
Your duty actions, your...
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's bobbing like Mini Ash. Do you see that?
Oh, the Bob is.
Why does the Bob look like a midget? Why does the Bob look like a midget? Does he not look like a midget? The way he was standing make him look like a midget.
Also, I guess. Okay.
You muted my stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It means I can
definitely worth
unmute
a
the
watch if
stream,
you are
the
kind of
Overwatch
likes to
League.
watch lots of DPS, but
Oh,
stick
yeah.
around because there's more to come.
I think if you're a London fan, you kind of worry about how the end of Nepal went. Like, you know, it started off good, like when you matched the double sniper, you felt real confident in that. When you saw like solo
Winston
like
switch.
Winston switch, then kind of like just didn't make much sense. And I think if you're in the Valiant comms during that, you start seeing what they're running, you feel great. Because that means you know, what you're doing is clearly working, and then they don't have an answer for it right now. So I think you're going to see them continuing.
I wonder how hands-on the coaching is for the Spitfire as well. It's just an interesting question. Are the players, you know, sort of free to make those switches up on the fly? Are they given a very prescribed approach to playing these compositions? I'd love to know.
I find it hard to.
I don't think it's like talk about how like the expansion music is really good.
Playing in the game, like you can't
What?
I find it really
But
strategy.
these comps are kind of new,
Like,
right? So
a lot
to
of
be able to
it,
answer,
like,
you're going to
most
get a
of
couple
it.
misses here and there.
Most of like the non-normal.
Oh no! That is a disaster
Like
for the
rounds, it's just
Spitfire!
like Elvin.
It actually could be.
Is that another sleep
Or-
recording?
Yeah, that was a
just
sleep.
But the new like
Yeah.
battle
That is so-
music is like
It's so
active.
filthy. All right, so what do the Spitfire do now to try and bail this sinking ship out? Well, Birdring able to shield out the pile driver, but still falls back. There's a lot of damage there, and Agility's is sneaky.
This place looks like Yangsha.
Their best case is to give up a tick or
Sort of,
two and
yeah.
then try and come back and fight it. So they do have profit now.
Wow, those guys' names look a
The
leap.
second tick here is, yep, there it is. Valiant accruing the
Is that-
percentage of the
holy
point.
shit,
They may not
those
even get a
threes.
chance to fight this.
They're
They're going to have to
brutes.
run. Oh, they're going to come back and try and fight this.
Very low. I mean, they're going to
Yeah.
feed more ultimate percentage now, Matt, than anything
Oh my
else.
god,
They did
London
their
got
own difference.
wrecked.
And they
Run,
did no damage
London.
the whole fight.
Get run
Look at
over.
those numbers! Everybody was hiding it by the Mega.
I feel like a
Yo,
StarCraft
London
castle
is
screen.
getting
Look at the supply.
wrecked by
Look at-
fucking
Look at the
Valiant.
difference here, though. The Valiant almost have 6 ultimates. The Spitfire barely halfway to some of theirs. And you need them big, ground-breaking abilities, especially for a point hold like this. Let's see what the Spitfire can do without them. Gesture, gonna get knocked out of the way.
nice
QGMP
headshot.
enough to catch
Nice
Fury as
headshot.
well, who's forced out of the action. And Birdring is sniped down by
Oh,
KSM.
Fury ate the fucking-
Dragon's trying to follow, but Fury eats it for dinner. Good little
Fury.
negation there from the Diva, but even Fury, even with a Nano Boost, can't hold up against this. The Valiant are just snowballing out of control on this map. Well, hamster balling really for looking at Fact Fiction's perspective, because he has been in the thick of it.
Oh my god, that fucking...
Concussive blast,
That
Agility's
air
hit the
shot
air
is
shot. Bardic Grenade does catch
crazy.
Agility's. He goes low, it'll get healed up eventually, and that second tick is coming now. Quatermain will get there on the Lucio, but for how long? Fury's going to get burned down awfully fast, and there it is. The Lucio steps up and steps down real quick.
Holy, Valiant got
man.
the wreck. Damn, I mean,
That happened.
London.
Man, that was lightning quick. the defense for London on point A really put them behind going into point B. They're so behind on ultimates. Bad D from London. We'll see if they can turn around on offense.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Come here. What are you doing?
It was not a long first round here for the Los Angeles Valiant attack. It all started with a huge Courage sleep dart onto Prophet. And the rest, well, the Valiant managed to tie it up pretty quickly onto point A and then B with a huge ultimate advantage.
And there's nothing really, I mean, once London, they decide to sit by the Mega Health Pack and all group up and they want to fight it again. And then it just takes so long to actually develop that next fight. And they end up losing that. And because the players on the Valiant are just poking damage into the tanks that are still down by the Mega, they never put down any damage. They never get close to their ultimates. They're just feeding ultimates to the Valiant. Just about as bad as it can go. Valiant, they'll be playing behind the Orisa shield set up on the high ground. With the sneaky teleportation here. So you got the Winston, the Genji, and the Armor going behind.
Now, fun story about this setup, by the way. This is something that we played a couple of games against the devs in the open beta, just for fun and streamed it. They did this to us. They flanked around with a Symmetra on this map. This was the first time we played this map, and we got ruined by the team, the Blizzard devs for Overwatch, because we just didn't know you could do this. And it was me and me and a couple of guys over in Europe.
I think the Valiant had an idea about this though, because I can see the player camps. They were all looking over at Fact Fiction. They were kind of, I think, telling him where they were going to move to. Just looking at his screen, it's going to be Prophet though. He takes out Agility's gesture, gets put to sleep here. So you have KSF picking up one, but I think this push has really caught the Valiant off guard.
Really nice, man.
You want to play dive against like the Orisa compositions, especially when they don't have anything to punish you, like let's say like a Junkrat type of scenario set up on the high ground to really, give the dive some trouble. Right there, Birdring on the Genji, Prophet on the Sombra.
Just clinical dive composition, man. Something that Atlanta Spitfire were lauded for being
what they're good at.
Exceptionally good at. Why not bring it to bear here? The Valiant, well, you better believe they're changing their composition. We don't like getting dives, so they bring the Brigitte in.
Are you kidding me? I was like taking a shower in the game.
Ryan and Zarya, forcing the jump on top of the Ryan. The bubble comes down. You start
Nothing
putting
wrong with
tons
that.
of damage on the Winston. Also, you have a good control over both health packs. There's the Sombra on defense, so
Which really shuts down enemy flankers, like, well, the Sombra, but also the Genji especially relies on his health packs when he's away from home or his healers. Jack's just getting close to an EMP here. That's definitely something that Birdring and Gesture would especially hate to get hit by.
I mean, you could ruin a Nano Blade here that London's going to have with a big EMP.
The Spitfire should be expecting the EMP as soon as they can't see Shax, because he's been playing out in the open so far, just charging it up passively. Okay, connection on the Birdring and Fury there. Looks like they'll take that.
I like that.
As long as there's no more invested by the Valiant here, I think just the one ultimate is worthwhile, and they're going to make it worth their while, Matt, by pushing and getting extra ultimate charge, by staggering down, and Bidoshin looked very sad when KSF was bearing down on him and there was a defense matrix doing nothing to protect him.
Yeah, Birdring gets stunned up by agilities and then uses a dash to try and get out. And then they decide to pop the EMP to get Birdring because now it allows you, like you mentioned, to build up some more ult charge, get closer towards some of those big ultimates. Let's say you get like a Shatter, Rally, you have your own nano boost now. It also deters him from being able to use that nano plus the Dragon Blade here. The bad part is you have a lot of good ultimates for London. I mean, all 6 going to be on in just a few seconds.
Nano boost here on the Dragon Blade, the classic. Birdring in, he's found Custer already, and Agilities won't fare much better. No chance to stun the Genji, and that's 3. Birdring would love more, but that pesky Zarya bubble stands in his way. It matters not, though. The London Spitfire now are comfortably set up on the point for getting that capture. It's 2 ticks of permanent progress. And maybe the Valiant can stall out for a short time, but they have definitely been wiped away from this one. Profiting with the EMP just for good measure. It catches 2 supports, no less. Backfiction tries to step forward, but the Primal Rage will send it back to spawn.
Huge Dragon Blade from Birdring. Connects with all 3 supports. As soon as you saw Kareev go for the sleep dart, whiffed there, you knew he was going to drop as well.
Panic set in.
The time not as good for London, but still pretty decent. They've made this one a game. We'll see how it plays out after this.
So as you can see, 5 minutes 59 to 4 minutes 34. Not a huge gap, but that does mean that with the speed, these 2 teams attacking 4As, we might see multiple playback rounds until those time banks finally start to dwindle, unless one team really slows things up. The Valiant here, man, a little bit different composition.
Yep, don't want to play the Orisa. They'll play the Winston version of like 3-3, but then you throw the Sombra in the mix. So kind of, I think the real staple of this stage has really just been kind of like 3 supports. As Shaxx actually has to translocate against hit there. Biotic Grenade has an idea of where he's playing. On the defensive side, you bring in Winston here instead of Orisa like you had the last time because you're worried about the damage dealers. It looks like London's going to go back. London can play Reinhardt. Yeah, I was just going to say they can play Reinhardt here.
This is going to punish.
Yeah.
Shaxx, though, is able to get that information pretty quickly. And now, again, so Reinhardt generally stronger than Winston in the head-to-head. The team playing the Winston in this setup really needs to use him quite artfully and carefully. Shaxx is revealed there by a swing of the hammer, I believe. As he tries to pass by the Spitfire. And he'll try and charge up an EMP as quick as he can because he knows this Reinhardt is really going to punish Fact-Fiction.
You want to control the high ground here, London. That's where you see the moving up. Fact-Fiction, as we've seen, previous minutes before, the Winston has to kind of go up here.
He's going to leave pretty quick.
But then he has to go right back down, right? So you just want to put the pressure. It allows him to build up Primal Rage pretty quick.
Good jump there from Fact-Fiction, though. He drops down, waits for it to recharge, gets the high ground again, charged in by Jestin. Nice bubble applied by Fury just to make sure that would all be smoothed out. But Fact-Fiction managed to get the Primal Rage, which is important, but for the most part, he's been suspended in mid-air. He tries to go for the knockoff on Fury, but in the mess of the fight, Birdring actually goes down first. Fury might want a Graviton Surge here. In fact, Fiction, though, is still causing problems, and he stayed alive. That's what the Valiant needed from him. That Primal Rage was so important. It gave the rest of the Los Angeles Valiant time to work away at the other elements. Fact Fiction having a nice bath. He's deserted himself. Basically run a marathon there, beating his chest and yelling the whole time.
And London uses a nano boost on a gesture. He gets Biotic Grenaded. I believe does not get the healing effects of that. Potentially slept as well. And he gets taken out. I don't know if they thought that Fact Fiction had the Primal Rage that quick, because they actually do connect with a Sleep Dart on a Fact Fiction when he's not Primal Rage. And Gesture goes to pin him up against the wall. The bubble comes in from KSF, it's good. It's gonna be a long-range grab from from Fury as they jump right up onto the high ground, try and follow it up.
KSF trying to plunge in past that shield to get some extra damage with the charge he's got. In fact, Fiction also attempting to follow up, but the damaging elements of the Valiant are a little bit staggered. They're offset from one another, so there's enough time for the Spitfire to heal themselves up. That's a nice EMP though. Jester's going to be caught by that one after though. The sound barrier comes in. Great timing from Quartermain, and the Spitfire are able to weather most of this damage, even though they didn't have their abilities. Great sound barrier work from Quartermain's Lucio.
And I think that's just something that would have happened over time as, you know, as we mentioned, Reinhardt compositions against the Winston definitely have the advantage in terms of just sustainability, like especially on the point. Eventually the Winston has to jump, kind of stand tall on the point against the Reinhardt. Reinhardt, just the synergy with the Zarya is so good, especially for Gita as well.
Interesting early Zarya bubble there for Jester. Really seem to account for too much, so maybe the Spitfire want to wait a little bit. Jester now is hacked, so there's no Zarya bubble for him to cleanse that. The Spitfire have to back up a little bit. And maybe the Valiant knew they could have capitalized here. Look at that.
What a bubble.
This is the chase there. Great work from KSF to get a bubble on Shaxx, even though he was getting charged deep in enemy territory. That required KSF to play very far forward himself, putting his body on the line for the teammates who love to see it. In fact, Fiction play on that right side. That EMP is going to make life very hard, but he gets a nano boost again. The supports and the tanks here from the Valiant. That's all there is, by the way, except for Shaxx doing a heck of a lot of work. Gesture backing up. This is Grab.
It's only another 2-player EMP there from Providence. The Grab comes down from Fury, use the sound barrier, as you know they do not have the EMP here for Custis, so the Valiant holding on.
And this is excellent for the Los Angeles Valiant now, knowing that they're kind of struggling in a head-to-head fight with these main tanks. They're playing around the Spitfire now. They're going to get in that Grab Prophet, clinging on to life. Not going to last much longer now. Jester tries to go for the Earth Shatter. He gets it, but he's hacked straight away. And Birdie sleeping it off in the background.
Valiant is
Los
destroying
Angeles.
them.
A masterclass right
That
now.
defense
Playing
is
around
crazy
a Reinhardt in a
good.
3-3. The Sombra use has been great.
Not dying
So
anybody
many
to like
fantastic
EMP is kind
individual
of crazy.
contributions in that last fight.
Why am I dancing here?
What? What are you doing? Wow, there's a new club place. What is
Yeah,
that?
you're supposed to dance on the up top over there.
Wow. See, Terror, that's how you promote.
How do what happened?
There's a club place in the game. Supposed to dance on the chandeliers.
What are you talking about?
Top has.
He lands that one on the 4 players, but Fat Fiction got the primal rage. Kareem was there.
Yeah,
He
that's
didn't get the sleep, but he got the finish with the
You're
bionic
supposed to
grenade.
dance.
But Ocean desperately just
Oh,
trying
Fury
to pound
with
those
that grab.
healing darts into his teammates, but Fury has to turn his back as Fat Fiction is angry.
That bitch
And
trying to
Fury has
hustle
no
me, but
personal bubbles left into overtime. The Valiant is just a little tweak. Change back to that 3-3 composition, and look at this.
Played really good around the Winston on defense. Shaxx coming up with some big EMPs. That time the EMP from Prophet's good. It's not connected to Kareem though. Kareem hits with a biotic grenade. And they end up turning the fight.
For the Los Angeles Valiant, the time is now. This team has really turned a corner in an incredible way and at the perfect time in this season. Good mix of young blood and veteran heads on this roster. And they just look very intuitive, man. You know, a lot of these little abilities which you can't wait to be told by your shot caller to use them. But really in sync, really smooth. And the Spitfire there, I mean, what do they do now? They say, well, I mean, we don't really like playing the 3-3s much anyway, but we're gonna try it. What is it? Back to DPS now.
It looks like they're gonna come out here with a Winston-based composition on defense, Bergring on Widowmaker. So Gesture is gonna play the Orisa. So you can play the Orisa as the solo tank against, let's say, you know, some damage dealers in the situation because you're playing the double sniper. Hanzo does act like a medium to like long range sniper, but you know, the Storm Arrow is up close, you can fire so then you can bust down the tanks pretty quick, especially like the dive.
A lot of burst damage, yeah.
See if the Valiant decide to stay on this. It's a lot of sightlines for Widowmaker here against Pharah. Like if Pharah has to come through this initial choke, and it makes it, there's not a lot of places to hide or cover to kind of fly behind.
You have to play from the left side essentially here, I'd say. And if Agilities can get a nice, excuse me, a nice flank behind that bubble, do some work.
Try and knock him down.
Yeah, he's thought about it.
I think they're talking about a switch, yeah.
What provokes the Spitfire to change their position? What did they see that makes them want to move now to the right
I
side?
think they were. Okay.
That is so hard to hit from that range. Anna's hitbox is tiny.
Yeah.
Her headshot hitbox is even
Holy shit,
smaller.
the
He
Final
just
Fantasy
ca-
music is actually getting on my nerves.
So,
I don't know
think-
why
I
the
think what
music
London
is.
probably
I
saw
have
was
the
far
BGM
enough.
off.
They have to respect the fact that they could get moved off of this high ground, so they rotate
It's
off.
like
They come right
literally
there and
like
take this as soon as
the
they
ambient noise.
look at the scoreboard and see that they're not playing the bar anymore.
Both teams of Sonic are at each other, so both have an approximate idea of where one another is set up. I mean, these bubbles could be around for a while. Here's the hole. It's on their side of the bubble, so unless it's over the top of that Orisa shield, it's not going to yank anyone up. But the Spitfire have got to do something now. They have to challenge. Look at this move up onto the point now. KSF knows where this Hanzo was going to be. He knows where Fury's going to come from. Bigdoshin has to drop down now. It's not safe on the point at all. Look, Kareem takes him out.
And the members that are caught on the other side of the high ground, the London Spitfire, know they can't drop because KSF's on the other side.
What can Birdwing do? There's an Orisa on the point. What can Fury even do now except try and stay hidden? But that's not going to happen because Quartermain is damage boosting and healing him, so it gives his position away. Still, he comes forward. The challenge,
They
though.
can turn it. I mean, they think they can turn it as Gesture comes back
They
here
have to.
on Wrecking Ball, and they may be able to stabilize here. So they make some changes. They come right on back in. They know that they have to get a good hold here on point A.
Nice back set by Fury avoiding the Hulk because that would have been the end of him. But Prophet is down now, and Fury is eating a lot of bullets. Again, he gets rid of that shield. A shot in the shacks, just one would be enough. Caught on the hold now. Fury just trying to find the shot. God, it looks confusing. Must be the worst for the man trying to play the hero. Jester now, biting grenaded. A little bit of shield for that adaptive barrier, but it's not going to cut the mustard. 4 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. The Valiant, all they have to do is get one tick on this next point, and they are starting to roll. They are snowballing, and look at them. Beeline for the point.
Fury's going to use his Dragon. He probably would have used it in the previous fight because he's trying to get res by Quartermain, but Quartermain actually gets slept by
Here we
Kareem.
go! Dragon Strike coming through. Agility's forcing everybody in the Spitfire away, and Shax is just cleaning up the rest. Fancy footwork there from Twinkle Toes Quartermain, but it's not going to get him out of dodge, and Agility gets the point blank. Los Angeles Valiant go up 2-0 into the half.
Another
A
one.
team transformed, and now they take flight. And Spitfire just can't maintain altitude.
I think a lot of people, a lot of Valiant fans, and I think a lot of us as well, were interested to see how they would bounce back today after the loss to the Spark yesterday. I think the Valiant definitely want to make the stage playoffs. They're looking to really take it to London up 2-0.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile, and by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right. The LA Valiant are keeping the hometown fans happy. It's all the Valiant so far in this one. They're currently up 2-0 over the Spitfire coming into the half. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Chris Puckett, but more importantly, I have a very excited Joshua Wilkinson. Josh, you are on the Valiant train. You had faith today, and so far, you're looking pretty smart.
Yeah, they're doing very well. I think it all came down to DPS matchups, as we've seen on the last 2 maps, and it's been nuts. It's been so entertaining to watch.
Now, Zoe, something we were talking about in the basement is for London. Is Fury the best DPS player you have? I mean, the man was running Pharah a little bit later. I've enjoyed this so far.
I don't go that far to actually say that, but let's be real here. He actually stepped it up big times, and I love to see that Pharah back that he had. I actually do think that he kind of got the better end of agilities on a majority of this map. Shax popped up like no other. His Widowmaker was absolutely nuts. And going up against big names such as Birdring, it's quite a feat considering this is his, what, 4th game in this league? Like, this is insane.
Absolutely incredible performance from Shax, especially when he switched over to the Sombra as well. So many key hacks that set up picks onto Birdring, Gesture, Prophet. He was phenomenal on it. I think the LA Valiant were on the cusp, really, of taking this 2-0. And so the fact that they had to take it 2-1 is just credit to London for making it close more than anything.
He's only been in this in the league for 1 stage. But is Shax the greatest mid-season pickup we have seen in Overwatch history? Is it too soon to say?
I think that is too soon to say, especially when you had guys like Space on the previous LA Valiant team, where they were going from a mid-table team up to 2nd in the regular season. Well, I think you have to hold your horses a bit on that one.
I said it here first. I asked it, no question, but I said it here first. All right, let's jump in to map number 2 because Volskaya, again, we see the DPS like crazy. Both teams very successful on their attacks.
And Spark proved that they, Valiant proved against Spark that they are phenomenal on this map, especially with the double sniper composition. So London Spitfire came in prepared, and they did very well at being able to push their own offenses really far.
But during the London Spitfire offense, we did see them play to their strength. It was a blast once again to actually see Birdring popping off on that Genji. He got a beautiful 3K actually sealing the deal on point B for them. There it is.
This is my favorite.
The Nano Blade.
Oh, where you going, agilities?
London Spitfire would be so dangerous if it turned into a Sombra Genji meta like this as well. There's a bunch of different teams in the league that would benefit, but it would be great to see Birdring back.
Overall, on this map though, London Spitfire's tank line had the worst time ever. Gesture has been picked off time and time again. I think he died pretty much the most out of his entire team, except from Bidosin. It was like 1 actual death behind him. Overall, those two had a really, really rough time.
On the other side, Fact Fiction, fantastic game too. But Josh, there was one player that was outshining everybody. Tell us who it is in our Insights powered by Intel.
Well, it's always been Kariv over like the last 4 matches. So let's take a look at this insane play that started out Volskaya. And this is what happened. I'm just going to run it through for you. Kariv opens up, first play of the game. He gets to sleep on Prophet, and they're able to take down the Sombra. So when I was looking at this play, I was thinking, is this dumb luck or was this calculated? Because let's take a look at Prophet. What is Prophet aiming to do? He's going to loop around and try and harass these guys as they're coming through the choke point. And everybody knows that that is the plan of the Sombra. And we're starting to see teams adapt to it more as well. So to watch Kariv, he kind of baits with agilities as if he's going to push through that door. And instead, take a look at this. He kind of fakes going out the door and pushes back into this corner where he can't be seen whatsoever. Prophet comes around the back, so he does a little double up. Prophet comes around the back and he lands a sleep dart on him, which is nuts if it's a pre-planned play from Kariv, which I think it is, because look, he comes out and then he just wedges himself in a corner. Why would you possibly do that unless you're trying to bait Prophet into
so
going for the hacks or going for the damage and then sleeping in? I mean, that is just 9 billion IQ. If that was some kind of planned stuff from Valiant, that's like on another dimension.
Get into the 2018 MVP champion's head. Prophet, that's not the way he wanted to start that game. But Josh, we wanted to ask everybody at home, let us know, dumb luck or brilliant Kariv play? Use the hashtag OWL2019 and you could be featured in our post show a little bit later on. 2 games in the books. Is it all Valiant in the second half, guys?
What do you think? You already know where I'm going.
I'm the like angel of death for either of those teams. That's very real here. Every single time I pick the Valiant to win, they're actually not going to win. And the same for London. So whatever I say, the opposite is going to happen.
Well, keep going for London then. I'm happy with
well,
that.
I guess it's the first pick counts. I'm now going for Valiant. Just
the home crowd is so disappointed that
yesterday we had 14 maps. Today, I want to see at least 5 in this first one. It's all London in the second half. We're going the distance, baby. Find out, is that true? After this.
started watching some streams of the pros, and the pros were amazing. And one of the biggest guys I saw was awesome was Hydration, who was part of the Gladiators. Suddenly I'm at every game, and
The beautiful LEDs, the cheers of the crowd.
it shields up. It's thunderous applause. It's roaring in the arena. It's a lot of clap, clap, stomp, stomp. You just kind of get sucked into it.
And I've been hooked ever since.
Orang.
Oh, is that a new area?
It's called Megarang.
What?
The place is called Megarang.
Is it?
No. I'm Orang.
Oh, I'm right. Yo, look at that, like the ride, that cactus ride. Oh my god, Angel, you're getting chased by a cactus. The cactus is massive. Oh, the AoE is massive. Yo, they updated the AoE
It
marker.
like shines up.
Yeah. What level are you?
It's happening still.
Oh. Stop scratching too hard. Oh, there's your win.
That fat chocobo. That's about like
Wait, what matchup?
the fat chocobo
The
man.
Los Angeles
the
Valley
black
are making
one?
a pretty quick
You should
advance
get
so
it.
far
Why
of
don't
this
you get
series.
it?
While Sky
I have to
wasn't
get
the
like
fastest map,
something $20 on
the
Amazon.
Valiant on their second defense
Yeah,
turned
just
around,
get
they
the
switched
time
their
card.
composition to a 3-3
No, but like what? I don't know what to get.
Sombra. Yes, I
Time
think that
card.
was set up and actually
Time cards?
just completely
Yeah, a
hold.
subscription for
And
Final Fantasy
I'm really
time card.
interested to see what London talked about during the camp.
Doesn't have to be like something Final Fantasy related.
I know I joked a little bit about
Yeah, I know, but like
before the game
it's like the smartest choice.
go as soon as they begin.
It's like a
Like in the
2-month
first
time
map,
card.
like, you don't
I feel like you can just like get
Yeah, the
them-
60
That's
day.
gauge where they're at on the
Yeah.
day, like whether they're like making the right calls and the right reads and the switches. And so far, is not.
Or I could
without
just buy someone
conflict
cooking knives.
for Alter.
There you go.
2 maps potentially could see a game.
They are
plan.
2 maps.
Oh, I left
I
one
don't-
knife. It's rated too. I can't
Now
sharpen
a
it.
series.
Do you think we
I
just
don't
go
know
back
if
to
like
seeing a
it
little
would
bit more of the
allow
tanks
if
or
they
do
would
play on a
if
map?
the cooking knives
Actually, yeah,
are
never mind.
I
It's
think
only
well,
for
I
like
think
certain things.
Going back to
Game
the tanks,
or
playing
video
against,
games. Yeah.
every map, it's whether you want to see the Sombra in play or not. And I think both of these teams, I think more Valiant than London, have shown that they want to run Sombra.
Do London really have it like with because we
just
talked
bought a
about having
Switch
Guard,
recently.
they brought Guardian and Guardian playing a bunch of
Yeah.
Brig and stuff like that. Maybe we
Get
get a-
Pikachu.
Sombra.
It's
Let's
different
go.
here though because you just don't feel
Playing
Guard
Smash.
coming in and having to play, let's
No.
say, multiple damage.
I mean, I'll get
dealers.
the Pikachu.
Just
Let's
so
go
you want them
Pikachu.
on Brig.
I'll probably get the
I'm
Eevee one.
shocked if the London play it now
Or
because
get
they
the
want Sombra,
Fire
they have
Emblem.
to go without the Zarya, probably, and that creates a comp that I just don't think is very good. I mean, it has the, I guess the Devo Winston is still there. Anyway, a lot of theory crafting right now, they're not going through it. The Valiant though on the attack, firstly getting hit by a Bionic Grenade, they are going to go with this, you know, this Hanzo Pharah, which is just, it just makes me so happy.
And they'll go solo tank Winston, which we mentioned the Winston versus the Wrecking Ball in terms of solo tank. Like Winston has not as much sustain as
So
the
why are
Wrecking
you
Ball.
the hero of the Wrecking Ball?
You know, just with the map, like the way the map's designed, there aren't really got a whole lot of good spots for the Wrecking Ball to get like a ton of value.
There's
like,
no canopy over the point A for
yeah,
grappling.
like, where is he grappling to? Like you're grappling in open space. So you like the Winston jump pack on the bubble to control different types of high move routes, whether it's right on top of the platform
What about
in
this
front
one?
of KSF. or you can get it over in the cafe. So now they're going to play the Orisa, which you play the Orisa because now you see that they're playing all these tanks, right? You just want to get on the point, shield, fortify, allow your damage dealers to poke and poke and poke.
Agility's nice setup on that one. Shax has pushed so far forward, and Kareev, though, did that all off his own back. At least as far as the kill feed's concerned. Kareev desuited there, and that mini Nemo is not going to do too much here. Jester will try and use his bubble for as long as he can, but eventually he will have to face the music himself. Agility's propels him in that direction with a concussive blast and gets the finish. Prophet is charged up, relatively speaking. And in the backline of the Valiant, they need to respect the Zaya's presence, but Agility is still untended free to go and hunt down the Brig.
Prophet trying to make his way around towards the point, not able to do so. You get Fury back in play. As Prophet's entire time there was spent trying to hunt down Kareev. Use a nano boost on a Gesture, try and keep him up. That'll be the EMP from Shax.
Big connection. Quartermain also hit by that one. Gesture nano boosted, but Ocean wasn't able to keep him alive. He was sleeping again, Kareev. An important sleep dart there to neutralize that enemy main tank, and now Agilities can just work around this fight. He hasn't even had to use a barrage. We'll be taking that to the next part of the map, and that is point A capture.
What do you do if you're the London Spitfire? You stay on this composition, do you switch? You're closing in on some big ultimates. So you have Rally, you're gonna have Primal Rage. You may want to like force one more fight, force it early. Try and get like Nano and Barrage out, kind of reset it across the board, so to speak, and then come back with some compositional changes. But what do you even play into it? You can play Widowmaker for London because you control the high ground, so you're not as worried just as much about shooting behind the shield. Like the snipers for the Valiant are not going to play on the ground, just in case they're playing the Hanzo. But the Supercharger used here is Gesture cost Primal.
Yeah, Gesture goes straight to the Supercharger though. Wastes no time in getting that off the map. Agilities would have loved that extra bit of damage boost, but he's going to get it from Custer anyway, if he should choose to go for a barrage. There is no Sombra, there is no Zaya available for them though, so it's going to be risky now. No bubbles to be given out to the Valiant. Quartermain and Fury descend.
So Agilities tries to get off a barrage while trapped inside that Graviton Surge. So
switch then?
Yeah, changes coming in here.
It's almost like if you see a crazy decision made by a player, more often than not,
especially with their ult.
Yeah, it's just before they switch off that hero anyway, try and get it over with. A tactical reset, as we call it.
Yeah, but here, I mean, you have you can nano Fact Fiction, you can EMP, you can build up towards a Shatter, and then you try and force Zephyr Switch as well.
Good EMP connection, but Quartermain wasn't affected by it whatsoever. Fact Fiction getting rid of Prophet though. With Ocean in such a safe spot, Gesture, the tip of the spear with the nano boost there, was more than happy to push up. Even now, he's going to do that. He's got plenty of healing available, and Agility's Fact Fiction coming out of this much worse than we're. Great boot forward by Quartermain. Now there's no escape for the Valiant. They are in trouble.
And London able to get their sound barrier off during that fight. Agility still roaming around here on Brigitte. He was able to take out Gesture. He's going to get Bidoshin as well.
Great chase.
You have Agility chasing down 2 players on the Brigitte, which is going to allow the Valiant to continue to move the card.
That biotic grenade from Kareev initially, I think, was what really helped there. Switch over now towards the Zenyatta. That's only the Transcendence.
But that is a 1 fight from London.
Yeah. The spawn advantage, though, I think they forgot about it or underestimated it.
And its Agility is just picking up 2 huge kills, moving the card forward.
Gesture knocked off the high ground. That's rude. That whip shot prevented him from hanging around up there, which means that now he can't jump straight back up. He needs to wait for the cooldown. But Kareev on the Zen, that extra damage is enough to claim Birdring with a headshot. And Gesture will just try and sow some discord here, but he's got the orb on him. It'll be tough for him to get much done. He gets a biotic, well, he gets a nano boost now inside Primal Rage, and the Earth Shatter is good. 3 players hit by Bidoshin's biotic grenade, but the Los Angeles Valiant are able to come forward in numbers, and they have that Reinhardt shield to protect them.
Okay, that is very surprising that...
Damage.
Oh my god, big
Follow-up
boom!
It is there!
How?
Fury went 4.
Did he stun him? Was that a combo?
The shield to block the damage.
Oh, yeah, nothing for it.
Not that kind of damage, my dude.
No, but like, Fact Fishing a
Prophet
shield.
lays down a grab. You're really you're looking at how the fight's going, and you're questioning
shield?
it.
Did they
Fury
stun
there
Fact
drops
Fiction?
self-destruct right in the middle
That
of
means
it. You're
KSF
able
was
to
very
pick up
greedy when
kills
he like
needed.
Yeah, it's like, how do you turn your shield in such a way to protect?
It's a huge play
Can I
from
get a
London.
replay, please?
They get the home, but they had to use everything to do it. You have Sound Barrier, you have EMP, Transcendence grab coming back here for the LA Valiant. You lose Custa on the way in, but you get the pick off on the Bidoshin, so you may try and fight this.
Custer gets back pretty quickly. The Spitfire have the spawn advantage. Look at that crazy charge through. EMP though, big connection. 4 players hit by that one. KSF's able to find Gesture. And now there's more to be cleaned up here. Quartermain over the top and won't get away. KSF locked onto him there. Lace and precision. Prophet also going down. And Matt, you called it and you heralded it. London used everything in that previous fight and had nothing when it really counted. The Valiant, though, still have they need to work with.
And the Valiant had to know they had nothing to work with because they never felt the right to pop anything else besides the EMP. As the Valiant push forward, you get a few more stagger kills here. As I believe Fact Fiction, the one on the card. But that play is set up. You mentioned it. It's like a wild charge that comes to the land, but a Reinhardt goes Fury is already drawn down.
If you're a good person.
Yeah, if you're a good person. You get drawn down into the EMP because they just use a bubble on the Fact Fiction and he charges on in, then they EMP right after.
They use your chivalry against you. Biotic Grenade there onto the Spitfire. The Valiant come forward, the Transcendence Biotic Grenade had expired by that point, so Kareem was confident his team would get the healing that they needed. Prophet, Graviton Surge attempts here. Sound Barrier coming out.
Wow.
That's all. The Spitfire now going to get run over. Fury gets de-suited, taken down. The Valiant, though, again, have to use a heck of a lot there. They need to be wary of the Earth Shatter. It's about it, though. Fury can try something cute with a self-destruct, but the switch from Prophet seems reasonable. Gesture's discorded, by the way, and guess what? There's no Zaya to cleanse that off him. If the Reinhardt gets hit with the orb, it's going to stay there. Fact Fiction gets shattered. There it is. The combo comes out from Fury to get agilities. But Ocean, though, has been traded out. Kareem is missing. And KSF is trying to push up on the payload. He's the tankiest player currently left to the Valiants. Realize
they missed the window of opportunity where they had Gesture discorded coming out of the spawn door on the left-hand side and had him pretty low. And they just kind of let him just build up on the clear and then they just little expire and live for long enough to be able to land the shatter as the self-destruct comes down. One more fight here for the Valiant.
Another discord for Jesse, but the Zaya is back now. Prophet cleanses it off immediately. Graviton Surge from KSF, though. That one does not miss. It's a good connection, but a defensive Biotic Grenade comes out from Ocean. Mana Boost also used on the Verdra. Ian Custer's gone down early in the fight. Here's the Transcendence, though. Coming forward is Kareem. Jester caught. EMP again from Shax. This time it's Burnering, Prophet and Fury all caught. They can't do a darn thing about it. Fury de-suited, forced to stand around on the payload. Burnering steps up, a brief shield from him, but it's not enough, nor is it for Prophet. The Valiant get over the line.
Prophet's buddy just fly on.
Took all of their time, Bank, but they'll be happy to finish off the map based on how rough it was in that second stage.
I mean, London's defense was actually pretty good considering they let Shax do whatever he wanted on the Sombra. 34 enemies hacked in the first half, 21 enemies EMP, getting an EMP every minute.
Back with our next half in just a moment.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
You may remember how we mentioned the importance of this game for both of these teams. Well, here are the stakes now. If Los Angeles Valiant win this map, they will clinch their spot in the Stage 3 playoffs. They need to win this series by 2 or more maps, or yeah, 2 or more maps, yep. So 4-0 or 3-1, and they'll be in the Stage 3 playoffs after a very rough first half of the season. That is a lot to contemplate, but for the Valiant, they have to put it aside and focus on winning the video game.
And I'm sure the Valiant, the players, they know what's on the line coming into this matchup. And I think for them, it'd be huge to make the playoffs in this stage, especially how the season has gone so far. It's been quite rough. Still 7-13. You kind of look, you can get back to 8-13 overall. You win this series, right? You come back in stage 4. Like, you have a real shot of even sneaking in the play-ins. And if you're playing that hot, I mean, nobody's going to.
Over half of their wins this year have come from this stage.
Yeah.
Put it in perspective for you.
But Ocean on the Hog, so you're going to play a triple tank, 2 snipers, or the one Spitfire.
Does this make any sense against what the Valiant are playing?
You know, this is going to be tough because the actual sightlines for agilities, and it's a little bit safer for him to play the bar on D than it is to hover over the building.
Used to be a staple on Eichenwald defense.
It's really a competition for the London Spitfire built around getting a pick, whether it's like a halt hook combination, the sniper play. It's just the Valiant. There's so many areas to hide in this scenario. So now you have on the point here for London, but look how much poke damage is there just taken from every
This was
angle.
a London Spitfire Season 1 winning composition,
Yes.
by the way. This is what they played.
How they won it.
Big body grenade though, but Ocean sad about that one. Forced back away. Oh, Agilities! Oh, he can't get away! He actually fires off a rocket
Wow,
when he's in point
Agilities.
blank and ends up topping himself!
Oh, good sleep dart.
Kareem, big sleep though on a
Oh.
okay.
Oh
Maybe
my
a chance
God,
for the
that
Valiant
hook
here just to
was
grip up
God
and
tier.
Caster yanked out of
Ooh.
formation! Throw it up with a butcher's hook.
That
KSF
sleep,
trades out
I
with
mean,
profit
that-
now. That
oh no,
Dragon Strike
Kareem's in
looks
high
like they
ground.
just
Stop
open
him.
up some space, but Jester
Can
was
I
able to
kill
find
him?
Shax. Now Fact
No.
Fiction and Kareem have to play together. This seems to be a big
Killed him.
barrage for Agilities. He's got Quartermain.
That's the only
Oh no, Fury fed himself
Fury's
into
not going to get any healing.
Fact
Supercharging here for Fact Fiction. Looks like
Kareem
it's up to him
actually
and
is gonna
Kareem
beat
back
this
to back
guy.
to get the job done.
Dude, Kareem sleeps Fedoshin inside the cafe, immediately nano boosts back Fiction over by the point, knows he can put all those healing resources into him at that moment in time.
This is sick. The Valiant are cracked, man.
A sleep dart from Kareem to set things up originally. I believe it's on the profit up on the high ground, where KSF picks up an elimination off of that. And then it still doesn't look good for the Valiant. I think another big play is Agility.
Those hooks were so good.
He's able to pick up Quartermain.
You killed the
With
pharmacy by
rocket
hooking
barrage,
them
is
twice.
The Mercy in that scenario was the
Now
only
they have
healer
EMP.
you had. Is some big plays from the Valiant. And London doesn't even get a tick.
What do you do about a CMT?
Nothing. I mean, you have to.
Ooh.
Well, now you can see it, but you're
London
still.
have to go now. They have to go.
What do you do? I mean, you can't exactly go now because you know the translocator just comes over the wall and it's not even really in your line of sight. So you have to wait it out.
Agility's nano boosted. Didn't have the
Nice.
barrage. EMP connects though. Only
Nice
onto
retreat
Jester,
by
though.
London.
The Valiant may be getting ahead of themselves. It could have been
Back
that
Fiction
forced
sleeping.
translocate out by Shax that put them under pressure, but the Spitfire just disengaged. The Valiant.
London's about to lose this because Kareem is just dunking on this other
Grab a
mate.
kick from Kareem on a
Or, like,
Cast it down though.
Maybe able to get raised up though.
Somebody stop Kareem. J-Home, where are you?
He adjusts. He's looking for that enemy Farah. Agilities cannot get healed by his Mercy until Custer returns, and it could be some time before that happens. And there it is. Birdring was looking for him. He found his prey. Fury goes down there, but KSF get 3! Oh, what? Quartermain being the second kill there, and he gets profit. He can
They're
hold
actually
the result.
losing.
What?
They're losing. They're losing.
Kareem gets
Oh
Gesture,
my.
then sleeps Fedoshin on the
London.
point.
No way. No way, dude. Oh, my word.
Oh
He holds
my
on, he
god,
looks at the
dude.
ground, it makes it harder to hit his headshot hitbox.
London
looks
just the players on the
so
stage.
Prophet just had
Garbage.
done to him what he did to Philly in that
Yeah.
fight, though. That
Why
triple
do you guys
on
do
Hanzo
this to
on
Fury?
Volskaya
He
Industries
deserves
now.
a better.
It all comes coming back. And I tell you what,
Ah,
history's been
C9.
good to the Spitfire, but the present not great at all. The Los Angeles Valiant.
Of course, that's how they
secure
end
their
their
spot in
late
the Stage 3
game.
playoffs with a 3-0 in this series, and you better believe they're pleased. So is most of this arena, and you know what? So am I.
KSF and Kareem time and time again with the clutches there. On defense, they get a full hold after completing the map. And now it's just a matter of if they can get the 4-0. The 4-0 helps them in the map. count for the overall season.
Better seeding in the stage playoffs too.
Yeah, as they can still make a push for the overall play-ins. We'll see if they can get the 4-0 after this.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game,
Why do you
record,
have
stream
your
without compromise on
ACT
Intel
outside?
Core i7.
What?
And by Omen by HP,
Why do you have
the
your
official
ACT
PC
out?
and display of the Overwatch League.
Because I forgot to put it in.
No.
Just wanna see like
This place is dope. There's so many chocobos. Oh my god, do you see the Heniel? What is that thing?
what thing?
The dinosaur thing. What is an ancient lizard?
Oh, it is.
It looks so ugly. It looks like terrible.
It's so cute.
Tara, have you seen that one? That guy is raw, like that guy couldn't beat him, he ran away. Oh my god. God, that
Yeah,
light up, that light up by AoEs are actually more annoying than hell.
My ACT is not working.
Oh, you have to run it as an admin. Close it and then run it as an admin. Kill him. Help that guy, Heniel. Be a fuck. Wow.
It's fine.
Betrayal. Wait, why is it called ACT? Type Advanced.
Last
There
year we
go.
captured
That-
history. Of course, in New York, it was a London
Now it should
Spitfire.
work.
To take away our first season of the Overwatch League, this time it's going to be in Philadelphia. Check that one out, overwatchleague.com. Tickets are on sale already. Either of these
Have you gotten any new skill yet or what?
Oh yeah, I'm still 70.
No, I keep forgetting that you're 7.
Last year, you have
Holy
both
crap, dude,
London
your
and
duty action, your
Philadelphia.
LB is so massive.
Yeah, because I don't have it bind on anything. I'm
Yeah, I
just using
know,
my
but
mouse.
like-
This is obviously not updated
Oh, please,
for
send more.
match right now. So
Actually, I
now it's
have
going to
my
move up
duty
to
action
right.
bound to my
Right,
E.
differential. Yeah, gonna get better. London obviously moves down to 3.
So I don't
and
really use
3.
3. Yeah.
Getting a
Oh.
plus 20 map, look, that would top the league map differential too.
Still not working.
Oh, because they haven't updated it. Yes.
Holy, is that why?
You have to update it.
Be the final match in the series. We'll see if London stays on this composition with the playing. Most likely not.
Just started